What does a woman who has been pregnant for 2 years finally give birth to?
Some say it is a spell, others say it is a result of my sins. All I can say is the truth will come out in the end, and only then can I begin. Sometimes, knowing the truth can be very painful, and in my case, I wish I never knew the true cause of my predicament. The most common opinion, a belief so widely spread, was that I was hated by the gods, and that hatred was laid to affect the entire village and become a shared misfortune. The village was struck with an intense famine, plants were dying, and even the talking tree in the village never talked again. Yes, you heard that right. Every 3 months, at the last night of the 3rd month, our gods will talk to us through a tree. At first, it will start saying incoherent things. Then to communicate with us with our native language. But all of a sudden, it just stopped. It set the entire village into high alert and panic. This was in my 13th month of pregnancy. Then the oracle, the man who was appointed by the gods to take care of the tree, and who was usually the medicine man of the village, made a shocking statement. That Princess Adanne was the cause of why the talking tree becomes quiet, and that because the gods hated me and I was part of royalty, the entire village had to suffer. This was in my 13th month, and I felt like killing myself and just ending it all. It felt like as if I carried a massive stone in my womb, and it was very painful. I didn't even feel it kicking. What was happening?
But eventually, this question will be answered in the most shocking way possible. When this news came, the people of Dembele didn't completely believe it. They felt the oracle was exaggerating things because someone like Princess Adanne could not just be hated. She was everyone's favorite. She was never arrogant like other nobles. In fact, she once got into dirty mud just to help a little orphan girl that had fallen in it. As a result, the very precious princess shoes were stained, and it led to her stepmother rebuking her, saying she let down her precious image and dirtied such expensive shoes. But her reply was so simple, so pure, that almost no common man in the kingdom could forget it. Please subscribe if you are enjoying this video.
I'd rather be stained with compassion than polished with pride.
When even in the famine, she took out all her personal money and palace gold, sold it and gave the villagers food to eat. Everyone loved her, but sometimes happy endings only exist in children's bedtime stories. But days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, months into a new development. And after the tree stopped talking in the 13th month of Adanne's pregnancy, in the 19th month, slowly people began to believe what the oracle was saying.
Before you knew it, the famine had started before the tree even stopped talking, and my efforts towards helping the villagers was forgotten. I was seen as the cause of hardship, and my kindness was no longer remembered. The oracle's repeated preachings about me was slowly accepted, and coupled with the fact that the famine and hardship was so mighty, people started selling their children for 2 days worth of food. Then, my punishment was set: death by stoning. I stood alone, abandoned and forsaken. No one defended me, no one to even whisper a word of kindness. My stepmother's delight is no surprise. Her hatred for me has always been a burning fire. But my father, the king, my protector, my shield, how could you turn your back on me?
Your sacrifice is necessary for the village's survival.
Necessary? Was it necessary for me to care for these villagers, to heal their sick, to feed their hungry? Was it necessary for me to love them, to serve them, to give myself for their well-being? And yet they repay me with betrayal, with a desire to see me suffer. I thought I was making a difference, but I guess I was just a fool, blind to humans' wicked hearts. The time had reached. The time for me to be sacrificed had come. But something happened. Before I was dragged to the execution ground, my water broke.